Hey everybody, it's Durger time. Welcome back to another episode of Total Extreme Wrestling 2016, Billy Corgan's NWA. And we are here for the final night of the NWA Super Cup. It's been a lot of fun to book this. Man, I think it's been one of the most fun times I've booked a show here so far. And definitely excited for the finals here. You guys have had some good ideas on who is going to win, and it should be pretty interesting to see how it actually goes. First, let's go ahead and just check the mail and check everything else going on here. Anything? Trent is fully fit, which is good to hear. And let's see here. Anything else going on that we need to address? I don't think so. Destruction of Hiroshima. Ooh, that's a that's an unfortunate name. That's something. And nothing else going on in the world, it looks like. They just had their Mae Young Classic. So let's see what happened there. In their Mae Young Classic, it appears that Kavita Devi beats Billy Kay for the Mae Young Classic. That's cool. Oh, Abby Lath is still there. That's unfortunate. So she's still floating around in women's division. Prior to because we are in a January save. So that's how long we've been doing this. Been doing this for almost half a year. It's been awesome. But obviously she was let go shortly after, which is probably for the best for her because, I mean, really a trendsetter in the independent women's wrestling scene. Like I would say up there with like Candice LeRae. Obviously Candice LeRae gets a lot more credit for having intergender matches, but you know, it's hard to deny that Kimberly being the first Chikara women's champion, or first Chikara champion being a woman, was pretty important. They definitely misused her, especially how talented she is, but what are you going to do? WWE never seems to know what to do with people sometimes. And anything else going on here? No, doesn't look like it. Who won Destruction Hiroshima? What? Wait, Kushida has the heavyweight title? Huh. Really? I need to look at that now. Wait. You serious? Who won your climax? Ishii won the climax. Kushida's the heavyweight champion. Took it from Okada. When? Well, January. How did I miss that? That's a thing. Maccabi is Intercontinental. Marty Scurll's junior heavyweight. Will Ospreay and Taguchi are heavyweight tag team? Sure. Taichi and Kanemaru are tag. Kenny Omega's still the U.S. champion. Suzuki's open weight. Weird. So odd. Ooh, you know what? That actually, speaking of which, that reminds me. I need to actually make in September. Okay. Yes. The Super Cup needs to have a belt on it because that's how we can track it and give it prestige. I totally forgot. So there we go. Set that up there before we forget on night 3 when we actually have to award the winner of it. That would have been bad. But, of course, that will be happening tonight. We do have some signees. Should be pretty exciting. We got Zack Ryder here. We got Gold Dust. I kind of want him to be a face. Naomi. And Enzo wants more money. What the You want $1,000 pay raise? Give you half. You'll be fine. You'll live. All right, so we should definitely make sure that we get the new guys in here and assigned. Upper mid Carter. Poor Zack. Well, that's better than Zack's ever been, so we'll go with it. Yeah, your baby face is definitely better. Naomi. Women's division. Who else did we get? Oh, also Hoho Loon showed up. Enhancement talent. Oh, poor guy. I'll give you an opener. You're better than that. You're better than enhancement talent. And Dustin. Yeah, he joined up in between saves. Upper mid Carter sounds about right. We kind of want him to be a gatekeeper. Yeah, I mean his face and his baby face, it's about the same. I feel like he's a good nostalgia act at this point. I don't know if I want to give him the Gold Dust gimmick. Ugh. Black Rain. I mean, like, I could. Oh, right. I forgot about that. Oh. Like, I kind of feel like he should just be Dustin Rhodes. Give him an opportunity to work as his father's name in his father's company. Well, it's not his father's company, but the place that his dad made his name, I think it's right. Maybe we even have a little nostalgia for a while and have Cody and Dustin tag team or something like that. That could be fun. Rhodes Brothers back at it again. He's extremely happy, by the way. He is so happy that his brother's working here, which I don't blame him. I wonder how Dustin's just happy. Meh, fine, whatever. But you know, that could be kind of fun to have them tag together or something like that. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and book the show. Oh, we got another email. Probably another pay raise. Oh, Trent's fully fit. Sami Callihan got injured. Ugh. How'd you get injured? Working through it. Okay. It's probably from Lucha Underground or something like that. Oh, Millie McKenzie and Tyler Bate have begun dating. Who? Okay. She only works in British Isles. I was like, we could bring her over. I'd like to keep them together. I think the morale boost is nice. All right, let's get to the show here. 82% backstage rating, getting better and better each time. Do have some locker room incidents though, and do have a lot of negative influence. Josephus a negative influence right now. Ryback's a negative influence. I don't think we can stop Ryback being a negative influence. He just is. Cody and Ryan Nemeth. What's going on here? Cody was antagonizing Ryan so much that a fight broke out. Darn warning. Just stop. Oh. Rachel Ellering hosted a poker tournament and everyone was happy. That's nice. So we did dip a little bit from the fight. In fact, here's what I want. I want you to Cody and Ryan. You two need to work it out. No? Okay. Oh well. Ryan is still out for MMA training, but that's it. So we have everybody else here. We had 2,400 people in Iowa Sioux Center. So we actually sold out of that, I think. Let's go there again. Let's end it there. I think that's the best spot for us. 2,400 people. I mean, wait. Actually, maybe we go 3,000 people. Let's go a little bit more, just to see if we can fill it. Still in the Midwest, and that's what's important. All right, final night. We have 3 matches for the Super Cup. Brian Pillman Jr. versus Tim Storm, and Bull James versus Flip Gordon, and the winners of both of those will go on to fight each other tonight to win the Super Cup. So we have a lot of other matches going on, so we'll have to kind of book that. Let's go ahead and book it, and we'll be right back. Alrighty, guys, and we are back for the final night of the NWA Super Cup, Night 3. 11 segments, took up all 150 minutes that we were allotted for the show. And yeah, let's go ahead and run it. It's pretty good, I think, and definitely it should be pretty fun. Let's go. Boop. All right, we start the whole show with Enzo cutting an opening promo about his match last week, about how he can't get Nick Aldous out of his head, how all he can envision is that North American belt around his waist, and how that's the only thing that he wants tonight. It's the only thing in his mind. He calls out Nick Aldis, says, "You've been giving shot after shot to everybody. Now it's my time." He's like, "Let's do it. You and me, North American Championship." And Nick Aldis accepts. Strong start, got the crowd hotter, and we boost up and gain heat for the Nick Aldis Crusade, and we have a match tonight for a championship for Enzo Amore versus Nick Aldis for the NWA North American Championship. Good start, B+. People are getting really behind anytime he's on the mic, but he's getting hotter and hotter. And so is Nick Aldis, too. Nick Aldis is really, really gaining a lot of momentum, which is awesome. And we move to the first of the finals. Brian Pillman Jr. versus Tim Storm, which was a work the crowd match, unfortunately, and was maybe poorly placed. But Brian Pillman Jr. wins over Tim Storm. Had decent wrestling, though. Just didn't have much heat attached to it. Brian Pillman Jr. defeats Tim Storm in 13 minutes in a submission hold. And that means that Brian Pillman will be moving on to the finals tonight to face the winner of Bull James versus Flip Gordon. Like I said, Brian was probably like the dark horse for the tournament. To see him get here was fun to get him to this point, and we'll have to see. Does he get the first Super Cup? Will Bull or Flip get the first Super Cup? But Pillman got a lot of the way here just with skill and defeating some people that definitely. I mean, he beat Elliott Russell. Was not a difficult fight, but probably definitely an upset for defeating Castle. Of course, Tim Storm also not a difficult fight for defeating Hollis, but definitely an upset to defeat PJ Black, and led to a very even match here, 41-45, which is what I was hoping for. And Pillman kind of takes the lead and now gets into the finals. Now we move on. So I'm giving him some breaks in between, just because I want them to rest. I don't know if the game actually deals with proximity of matches. If one of you guys know, but basically I try to book it like I would in real life, which is just have them each have some time to rest in between each other. But also I need to pace it so that basically Bull and Flip's match is going to be the halfway point of the show, a few more than the finals, then a main event. So we have Ashley Vox versus Serena Deeb for an X Division women's match. Ashley Vox, who's been long in our creative meeting as being a hidden gem in our division. We're going to give her a little bit of a push, give her 2 points here over Serena Deeb. Match is fine. Ashley's a little bit weaker than Serena, but they got the crowd hotter. The crowd's definitely behind this. Nothing else really to say about it, but it's fine. And then we have our second Super Cup match of the night, the final between Bull James and Flip Gordon. It's a decent match. They're both pretty evenly matched. 45 and Flip, 41 and Bull. Got the crowd buzzing. D plus 49. Flip Gordon defeats Bull James with a shooting star press, ending the menacing run of Bull James during this tournament. Flip just out wrestles him and ends up taking the win in 11 minutes. So that means Brian Pillman Jr. versus Flip Gordon in the finals tonight for the first ever NWA Super Cup. Should be pretty interesting. And again, they're pretty evenly matched. That's what I was trying to get, a pretty good symmetry going on for them. And it'll be pretty fun to see who wins that. We have an interview with Jimmy Jacobs backstage, talking about what has been going on, and saying that all he wants is Callahan. All he can envision is Callahan on the floor. It's been occupying his mind. He says that he was swayed away from his tag team partner a long time ago by the delights of the cult, and he was disillusioned with his place, disillusioned with what has happened to him over the years, having been a writer at the WWE, having never gotten his fair shake in the indie scene, and it seemed that the cult was his path. But then he slowly realized that he was just a means to the end, and all he was a pawn for Callahan, a pawn for Josephus, and he wasn't going to stand for it anymore. And he's calling out Callahan. He wants a match, and he's going to get it. He's like, this isn't done until you're on the ground. And Callahan's nowhere to be seen, obviously. I mean, this is just an interview, but he's calling him out. C-, not bad. Even though apparently he was very underwhelming, which is a shame. And then we have the debut of two wrestlers, Dustin Rhodes and Hoho Loon. And the match isn't great, unfortunately. It's decent, but Dustin Rhodes defeats Hoho Loon in 12 minutes with a lift and reverse DDT. They both debut their gimmicks. Both have a fun babyface gimmick, which is funny. Both get above average. Dustin's got a 51 for in-ring performance. Hoho Loon's got a 33. Hoho Loon debuts, gets put in some performances, but Dustin's really the star of this, and that's the point of bringing him in. And then, speaking of debuting, debut of Zack Ryder in a tag match with PJ Black versus Dalton Castle and Simon Gotch. He debuts and defeats Dalton Castle and Simon Gotch when he actually gets a pinfall on Simon Gotch with a Rough Rider. Zack's got a 55, PJ Black's got a 41, Simon's got a 43, and so does Dalton. He gets a good debut for his gimmick, which is just dude. And looks like Dalton also improves his performance. I mean, we just wanted to get him in here, get a win, get some momentum early on. D, a little bit lower than I thought, especially with having him partner with PJ. But, that's fine. Zack, I believe, is an upper mid-carder for us, so it should be fun to see what we can do with him. And then we have a pretty good match, C+. Nick Aldous versus Enzo Amore for the NWA North American Championship. And it looks pretty good. Fantastic heat, good wrestling. Enzo defeats Nick Aldous in 17 minutes by pinfall with a flying crossbody after having interference from Mike Verna ringside. So Nick Aldous doesn't get a clean Enzo doesn't get a clean win. Nick gets distracted. That leads to his loss. But Enzo is not above those type of tactics. We also had a run-in when the ref was distracted by Enzo, where Rex Lawless attacked Nick Aldis, who already weakened them. So through some underhanded tactics, Enzo takes the North American title. They're both retiring at the end. Both do great performances, though. 62 and 60. Got the crowd buzzing. This was a steal of the show. Maybe a little too long, but not bad. Not bad at all. And so now we do have a new North American champion. Nick Aldis, unfortunately, despite having a long reign for the belt, loses it to Enzo. who once again has some kind of gold and will probably be annoying. Finally, for our Super Cup finals, we have Brian Pillman Jr. versus Flip Gordon. 45, not bad. For the first ever NWA Super Cup final, the winner is Flip Gordon, who defeats Brian Pillman Jr. in 20 minutes by pinfall with a Shooting Star Press and wins the NWA Super Cup. Flip was really off his game and visibly tiring. He might have just been too many matches for him, which is just a shame. I kind of expected a C- out of this. They both actually had a staggered performance, but like look how even they were. 42 and 41. It got the crowd buzzing. Crowd liked it. Brian Pillman went far, but it just wasn't his year. But boy, my goal for this was to give both of them a lot of momentum. And it made a little bit more sense at the time to give Flip the belt, because he's a little bit more established. He had a little bit more popularity going in. It seemed a little bit better of an idea to give him a bump, but all the wins from Pillman definitely give him a big boost in the Super Cup. And maybe next year. Maybe next year's his. I know some people were really predicting him to win it, and definitely it looked like his. But Flip just out-wrestled him. So that's the first Super Cup. That was fun. And Flip Gordon gets it, which means that Flip Gordon gets a title shot against Cody Rhodes or somebody. Whoever has the belt next month at the pay-per-view. We have then afterwards, Pinky George comes out and presents Flip the trophy. And Brian Pillman's there as well. Brian Pillman raises Flip Gordon's hand. They shake hands. Babyface versus babyface. And yeah, he had not much to say about that. So he wins the belt, or he wins the Super Cup title. Finally, in a main event match, due to the win, Christopher Daniels gets a title shot tonight against Cody Rhodes. But Cody Rhodes is able to defeat Christopher Daniels in 21 minutes with a beautiful disaster. He makes defense number 1 of his title. This is his first actual title defense, believe it or not. He seemed off his game, which is a shame. But 76-75, got the crowd buzzing. C, not bad. Not much to say about this. I'm kind of shocked that he was off his game, but we'll have to see what's going on with it. But either way, he defeats Christopher Daniels, who was eyeing the belt last week, and which means Cody Rhodes' next opponent for the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship will be Flip Gordon at the next pay-per-view. Definitely, the odds are stacked in Flip's favor, or against Flip. I'm sorry, definitely stacked against him. But who knows what could happen? Stranger things have happened, and who knows how Christopher Daniels will react to this loss that he probably thought was in his hands. So kind of interesting. That ends the show with a C-. Not bad. Used Brian Pillman too much, Flip Gordon too much. We know that, but we did increase our popularity. Not much. I'm gonna give Cody some encouragement because he was kind of off his game. I'm gonna tell Flip praise for a great performance, and I think Brian also praised because they worked hard tonight. Okay. All right, let's see. We've got some emails here. I have a short list on Rich Swann to see what's going on. Did make a contract extension to him. Cody Rhodes needs time to heal. And Raven hates Bull James. Okay. So actually, we got some. We only have a $72,000 loss. I'm not doing bad here with ticket sales. So we actually. It's still a lot of money, actually. It cost us a lot of money here. Yeah, that cost us a lot. But yeah. Our Our merchandise sales are actually lower. We should probably look at that. All right. So that is it. We have in 12 days another episode of Championship Wrestling. Definitely some stuff going on here that's going to be interesting going forward. Just take a look at our creative meeting real quick. So Cody, Daniels, Nick Aldous, Will Ospreay, and Enzo are our top 5 in terms of the franchise. Next big things, Brian Pillman got a big push from this, and I'm kind of curious to see what his progress was over the course of this month. I mean, look at, well, that's Great Lakes. I don't know why Great Lakes, but because he should be mid. Well, I mean, he got a big popularity push in his last 2 months. Is that from Spillover? I don't know. But, you know, he's definitely moving up there, which is good for him. And I think he's probably got positive momentum, I'd imagine, at this point. Minor positive. So, you know, Flip's got general positive momentum. Both of them did well there. And should be interesting to see what ends up happening. Go ahead back to our creative meeting to see what else is going on. So next big thing, though, for both of them, I mean, if we keep on pushing them, I think we could do some good things with them. And, you know, Brian Pillman could really be somebody that becomes loyal to us. I mean, he's young, pretty young, rookie year, so he can develop a lot, and he might become loyal, might become really a big thing for us. Hot prospects, he's also on. Him and Ashley both on our hot prospects list. Best talker, still Enzo. Showstoppers. Ring generals. Who's hot? Who's not right now? Yeah. I mean, these are kind of our jobbers, though, so that makes sense. And Tim and Dustin are both on time decline. Tim put on some good matches. I mean, he put on some good performances during the Super Cup. I was shocked. And nobody we really want from hidden gems out there. Eventually, we'll have to develop a figurehead. I mean, or our first ace. So, I mean, we have 5 that are available right now that are very clear. Yeah. I mean, Cody's not a babyface, so that's kind of weird. We don't have anybody that is probably at the spot to be a successful figurehead. Yeah, so we're going to develop something. I mean, we might want to end up turning Cody face. He's such a good heel, but it might be something we would look into to be the face of the company. Because we definitely get a bonus for having that. We don't have one yet, and we probably really should. Anyways, guys, that's it for me today. Thank you for watching Day 3 of the Super Cup, and we will be back for Championship Wrestling. See you around.